All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Rakar Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the Akim and the few Wakwath who may be listening. We the brothers from the Great Millstone camp here in Chicago.
I'm the brother Yara Damba.
I'm the brother Batakala, and Lord willing, this will be a quick and edifying lesson. All right, and the title of this lesson is that everyone has caught on. All right, and the inspiration of this lesson, I was, just scrolling on the internet. And a lot of these shorts that are coming up in the timeline, especially if you're watching like geopolitical content and stuff like that as it pertains to the war that's going on right now, a lot of these shorts that are popping up are of people, coming against the 1948ers, people saying, Americans saying that they're not going over there to fight for them. They're not going over there to die for them. There was just a clip that I seen where they actively got soldiers that's at bases over there in the Middle East that said no, that they not going, and have pretty much deaded the whole operation because so many of them said they not doing it, and on top of that, you got these files that then came out and brought to light all of this folly that these damn wicked ass people doing, not just those 1948ers over there, but all these politicians over here and all these people that's in cahoots with them, as it pertains to the children and everything. Hey, everybody's done with that shit and done with these people and done with pretending like these people are not wicked, man. All right. People fed up about that genocide that they did to them Palestinians, been doing to them Palestinians, and people are no longer drinking the Kool-Aid no more, all right?
Real quick, if I may. When you look on just various social media platforms and it's talking about a world issue, you go to the comments and everybody's in the comments and they'll put, it's the juice box.
It's
the juice.
The apple juice.
It's the juice. Yeah. Just showing you that these people are exposed, man. They're exposed for the pieces of shit that they really are.
That's right. And I just recently heard a report that over there in the Strait of Hormuz, that these Iranians letting everybody pass except Americans and 1948ers. All them other ships, they cool with letting everybody else go. They just not finna let America and these wishes get shit off. And that's something that's gonna lead to this right here. This is Revelation 17 and 16. It says, "In the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire." All right, these Iranians are making it clear that they don't got no beef with nobody except 1948ers and the United States military. Everybody else, they ain't got no beef with them. They letting everybody else go. And see, now we starting to come into the time where we finding out who the problem is. And of course, men of the Lord been knowing, but all of the general population is now really being forced to acknowledge who the real problem in the earth is, man. And it's not going to end well for those that's causing the problems, man.
Exactly.
And that's what the scriptures say. We not going I'm not personally going to do nothing to nobody. This brother is not going to personally do nothing to nobody. All we doing is preaching the word. But these other nations, they fed up, man. They tired, boss. All right, you got these, even in the sports, these 1948ers been getting the belt pulled out on their ass in baseball, in soccer. These Norwegians just stomped their ass out in soccer, and the Norway nigga, he really felt like he went over there and was dropping bombs on them niggas the way he went off on them.
Hey, that nigga, it was an MMA match. It was a Arab nigga fighting a 1948er. And he beating the shit out of the 1948er. He say, "Am I Goyim or am I your brother?"
Yeah.
Beating his ass, bro.
That's right. That's right. At that soccer game, everybody in the crowd had Palestinian flags. They was in Norway, man. All right. So everybody is fed up with this shit. Everybody knows that these people are really the main problem. Matter of fact, I seen a clip. This dude was harassing some people who was protesting for Palestine. And they always do this shit to women and shit, man. They be on some soft shit. But it was some dudes, some Ishmaelite dudes there too. So he wasn't really able to get no shit off on the chicks. But he start talking crazy to these motherfuckers. As soon as the cops pulled up, he like fell down on his own on purpose and then start acting like they hit him and shit. And, you know, they had everything on camera. So, you know, hopefully that dude went to jail for doing that. Probably not. But the fact is that ain't nobody believes these people anymore. Everybody knows they the wicked. This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and 15. It says, woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that puttest thy bottle to him and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. And that's what these 1948ers, not just to these other Edomites, because that's who their neighbor is, would be other Edomites. Neighbor meaning a member of your nation. You know, so Israelite, as for us, we Israelites, when the scriptures say to love thy neighbor, that's talking about us loving other Israelites. That ain't got shit to do with no Edomites, no Elamites. All these other heathens are our enemies, man. You're not supposed to love them. Okay, now we don't go out of our way to harm nobody. We be peaceable with all men, if possible. But we don't look at these, we not finna let some fucking Edomite or some fucking goop come and slap us in the face and we just gonna rock with that shit. You know, we don't love these people and we're not supposed to. We're supposed to love each other. All right. But this devil has done what? Not just to his own fellow Edomites, but to everybody in the earth. What do these 48ers do? They go, they give you gangster rap music, pornography, horrible food to kill you, prescription medications to kill you. Everything that these people are putting into the earth is meant to destroy others, man. And then they go and talk down on you, like the brother said. They'll call you a goyim and all type of crazy shit, which they the real goyim, because they're not real. They're not the people of the Lord, man. All right. They the real cattle. They the real non-Israelites, because that's what a goyim is, somebody that's not of the nation of Israel. Okay. But they'll call you all of this, but sell you cigarettes and do all this other wicked shit, and then go to the Lord and point and tell on their brother. Can you grab that? If you can grab that, Salakia. But y'all, I'm trying. I don't remember how it's worded.
Evil to himself. That's the first one that comes to mind.
Yeah, you can get that too. Go ahead. But I'm talking about where they bear witness when
against his own brother, mother's brother.
Yeah. But this verse 16, it says, thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of Yahweh's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. All right. So hey, guess what? In particular, when it comes to Jake, and especially Southern Kingdom, Jake, these 1948ers been dragging us and using us as the example of the lowest of the low since we got over here. All right. And guess what? The whole time these people is killing children, doing other vile things to children that we're not going to speak on, cannibalizing, and all type of other shit, man. In addition to pushing filth to destroy everybody, pushing more activities. You got all this from these 1948ers, man. These other Edomites, Esau's a weirdo, but they wasn't pushing that shit on a societal level like that before these 1948ers came and took over here in America. Mm-hmm. You know?
I found that.
Go ahead, bro.
Psalms. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 50 and verse 20.
I get it. You ain't got a Salaki. You said 15?
Psalms 50 and 16.
50 and 16.
Because there's a lot to this too.
For sure. And then you just break it down. This Psalms 50 and 16, it says, but unto the wicked Yahweh saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? And
this originally was written to the wicked of the Israelites, right? But in this time, we can apply it to those small headers and the rest of these Edomites, saying that they are the law. They create the law. They say what's right and what's wrong. Trying to tell you, they're trying to break down the scriptures to you.
That's right.
So the Lord said to the wicked, and we know that the wicked is who? Esau, Edom, the border of wickedness, man.
That's right.
So he said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, man? Because they're never going to do it uprightly. And the scriptures also talk about how in the land of righteousness they will deal unjustly. Roughly paraphrasing. You know, this is who we're dealing with, man. You got it, bro.
This verse 17. Seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee.
Right, because he's a clean, contrary nigga, man. what the things that it actually says to do in the scriptures, he doesn't want to deal in that manner. This is why he puts pork in every possible thing that he can.
That's right.
You know, this is why he gives you a culture that glorifies adultery and murder.
That's right. That's like the scriptures say, things turned upside down, being esteemed as the potter's clay. These devils have taken everything that the Lord set in order and have done the opposite, like the brother said. This verse 18, when thou sawest a thief, then thou comest with him and hast been partaker with adulterers. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit.
Hey, because it says, what about the wicked? They come from the exchange from the womb, telling lies as soon as they be born.
That's it.
He's a liar and the father of it. This is all this nigga knows, man. Lie, cheat, steal.
That's it.
You know, and then they try to paint that narrative about you
about Jake.
Yeah, about Jake.
Hey, guess what? And a great example of that is Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah.
That's the so if you know wrestling, Eddie Guerrero's wrestling gimmick was that he's an Issacharite, to my knowledge, a Mexican, so-called Mexican. His wrestling gimmick was that he was a liar, a cheater, and a thief. And he'll cheat to win. And that's how he was getting shit off, especially early in his career. You know, later he'll still do his little shit, but you know, his song, that was his song and his slogan: I lie, I cheat, I steal. And they pick a Jake to perpetuate this shit. They not gonna have no fucking 1948er be the standard bearer for theft, murder, and all this other shit, man. But they really the ones that's doing it.
Yeah. Okay.
This is verse 20. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thy own mother's son.
Who is that, man? That's Esau slandering Jake, man.
Yeah.
As it says in the book of Revelation, he's the accuser of the brethren.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was talking about too. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. Go ahead.
That's all this bitch ass nigga do, man. He finds a way to put a stumbling block in front of you purposefully.
Yeah.
That way he can go back and say, see, Lord, these supposed to be your people?
Exactly.
Nah, these can't be your people. Look, he holding the water bottle. It got pork enzymes in it.
Yeah, punk.
You know?
Straight punk shit.
But that's who we're dealing with, man. And he's being exposed for this very behavior, man. As the Elder Malcolm always says, you know, he projects and he places himself as the victim villain.
That's it.
You know, but now that everybody's seeing that he's actually the villain, he's truly becoming a victim, man, because people are not taking that no more.
That's right. These cameras and this internet is really whooping his ass, man.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord, then God put the spirit on these Iranians to take their belt off, and everybody else gonna take their belt off, and then Yahushua gonna come back and he gonna take his belt off. And it's really gonna get ugly for these motherfuckers, man.
Hey, because it's crazy to think how fast things change, right?
Yeah.
Just 2 years ago, Kanye West was getting canceled for saying it was the juice box.
Yeah.
He was just getting canceled for saying they're the problem with everything.
Yeah.
Just for everybody to turn around 2 years later, and now they agree. You see how fast that happens, man?
That's right.
That's because
Yeah, go ahead.
This
here, just let me know. I'll get it for you.
Luke 8:17.
Right. Let me read this last verse and then so that I don't have to jump back. This is Psalms 50:21. It says, "These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes." And that's what's happening, man. See, these kites thought that the Lord was dealing with them, and you know, like it says in Ecclesiastes 8:11, you know, if judgment against the evil work is not executed speedily, you know, the heart of the Son of Men is set in them to do evil, roughly paraphrasing. And that's the spirit these devils been in, man. The Lord ain't came back and really struck their ass yet. So they just pretty much thinking, oh, well, shit, it's cool. You know, but that's not the case. And the Lord has been striking them. Us being in this truth and having this truth and going out and preaching on these highways and byways is the beginning of that. You know, and the downfall of this society coincides with that. All right, you had said Luke what?
8 and verse 17.
This is Luke chapter 8 and verse 17. It says, "For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad."
So there you go. This is the exposure of Esau Edom, man. The exposure of Amalek. It's nothing that they can do to hide it.
That's it.
Even what they was doing in the sewers.
That's it.
That came out.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And it's just gonna keep. See, really, we just at the tip of the iceberg, as they would say, no homo, with this shit, man. And it's already the vilest shit you ever heard of. They ain't even really got deep into that shit. And that mother, like, you hear people making points on the internet, but if you read that whole report that they came out with, which is not the full actual deal, you can guarantee they cut some of that shit out.
Lost.
You know, so, but even of the whatever they did give access to, you read all 3,000 of them motherfuckers, and I promise you the shit you hear them talking about is not as bad as it gets, man. Point blank. But I know a lot of motherfuckers ain't got time to do all that. And as far as us as the men of the Lord, we don't need to read all that shit. We've been knowing what these niggas been about.
Because the scriptures told us.
That's right. All right.
You know, this is the same scriptures that said in the book of Job that you can't even set these niggas with the dog of your flock.
That's it.
So yeah, we're not surprised at nothing that they do.
That's it,
we
man.
We think you're doing it anyway.
Yeah. Hey, man, and the Lord is showing us that hey, that's correct. He was right. You know, like the brother said. This is I'm gonna hit this Habakkuk 2:16 again. This is verse 16. It says, "Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory." And that's what they dealing with right now. Not just the 1948ers, all these Edomites, but them in particular. They're the spearhead of it, and they're going to be the one that get called out on the island, man, because all these other Edomite nations, these European nations, and all that, man, none of these people want to send their children to death for the motherfucker that's really starting this shit that's not doing the same. All these people that's starting all this shit, they got kids, and they kids ain't got to go fight. So why the fuck I'm sending mine? You know, and furthermore, those people as individuals are saying the same thing. See, and that's another reason that you know that these niggas not the people of the Lord, man. King David fought in the front line with his men when it was time to get shit shaken, man. Matter of fact, it got to a point where King David was so up in age that his men had to ask him to just fall back because he was ready to suit up, man. You ain't never seen one of these fucking Edomites get in the trenches, man. I'm talking about the dude that's the king, the leader. Alright? You ain't never seen none of these presidents get on the front line and get in a foxhole with nobody. And you're never gonna see it because they bitch ass niggas, man. And they not the people of the Lord. They don't got that type of spirit to do that. Alright? This Exodus verse 17, or chapter 17 and verse 16, it says, "For he said, because Yahweh hath sworn that Yahweh will have war with Amalek from generation to generation." And that's what's happening now. And how does the Lord conduct his affairs as of right now? Through men. So these Iranians taking their belt off and spanking these fucking 1948ers, that's the Lord doing that. All right? Whoever else get in line to do it after these Iranians and with these Iranians, that's going to be the Lord that's doing that. All right? And then it's really going to get nasty out here for them because Yahweh Shai is going to come back here and he going to take his belt off and he really going to do it to their ass, man. And that's going to be that. All right? So, hey, you got something? Go ahead. Con, I'm gonna get it for you. Con. All right. This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3 and verse 8. It says, "Therefore wait ye upon me, saith Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy."
So as the brother said, this is the Lord's doing, man. He's using these other nations, these kings, whatever you want to call them, to do his bidding, man. This is exactly what he wants. He's stirring up the host of all of these kingdom, man, so they can take their ass to the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Yep.
and get dealt with.
That's right.
Hey, because that Jehoshaphat is Yahweh Shaphat.
That's right.
Yahweh will plead, he will judge, man.
That's it.
So that's what we looking for.
That's right, man.
You know, and we're going to wait. And as the scripture said, the brother been making that point this whole video. We don't have to do nothing, man.
Yeah, and
we just have to wait.
And we're not going to do nothing except preach this word.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I work with 1948ers every day. And guess what? I treat them with respect. Not because they deserve reverence and respect, but because the scriptures say to be peaceable with all men, if so possible. Hey, man, we got standards that we are upheld by, that Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai gave us. And being a nuisance, a nigger, a violent, erratic motherfucker in society is not a part of that, man. Now, if somebody tries to harm you and you have to defend yourself, that's different. But outside of that, man, you shouldn't be spoken of as nothing but a model citizen out here. And somebody who treats people with respect, regardless of who they are. Yeah, we know the truth. We know these niggas wicked. We know that they not the people of the Lord. We know that being Muslim is wicked. We know all that shit. But us going outside and being niggas about it ain't going to change nothing. What's going to change it is going out and doing this work on the line, doing these videos, continuing to pray, continuing to stay in the spirit, and waiting on the Lord to handle that shit. To where we ain't got to do nothing. Them niggas over there getting their ass whooped and Jake ain't lifted a finger. I'm not saying that it's not Jakes among them because it's Jakes among them Iranians, you know, but what I'm talking about, it ain't no black Americans over there putting boot to ass on them. Ain't no Hispanics over there putting boot to ass on them. All right? The Lord got people taking care of the work, man. We ain't even got to do nothing to these people, man. They gonna get dealt with. And then when our turn come, it's slavery time, man. We don't even need to get into no semantics. Ain't gonna be no fighting back for them, man. When we get a hold of these niggas, they going in captivity, and that's gonna be that. So, hey, man, wait on the Lord. We ain't gotta worry about nothing, man. Keep your faith, keep your mind right. Don't let all these they talking about these drafts. I know it's a lot of younger men in age in this truth. Don't worry about none of that shit, man. All you got to worry about is fighting for your Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. The Lord gonna protect you, man. All right, so with that, we're gonna give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai B'Shem HaKadosh. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the Akim and a few Akwat who may be listening. Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. Until next time, Kwam Yasharala, Wild Baba Ball.